explained Atma Bodha. Hey Arjun, you are not the body, you are soul. But you should work on the spiritual platform, Adhyatmika. Then Arjuna asked, how to act on the spiritual platform. Then Krishna spoke about Sthita Pragya, somebody who is established intelligence, sharp intelligence, Adhyatmika Vidya. That person will act on Adhyatmika level. If you have a spiritual knowledge, then only we can act on spiritual level, right? Spiritual activities can only have a spiritual intelligence. If we have a spiritual intelligence, Adhyatmika Vidya, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, knowledge of scriptures, then we can act what to do, what not to do, what to take up, what not to take. That is called Sthita Pragya section. Krishna explained in 2nd chapter towards the end. Then Arjuna got a question. Wait. You are saying intelligence is very far. No, Jnana is more higher than karma. Then if Jnana is more high, I will just read Shastras. I will just take, think. I will acquire knowledge. Why you want me to fight this karma? Why you want me to do this fight? Then Krishna explained so wonderfully in the 3rd chapter Bhagavad Gita. Whole 3rd chapter is known as Karma Yoga. In the Karma Yoga, Krishna explained there are 2 ways, Arjuna, Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga. But even to go to Jnana Yoga, we have to go to Karma Yoga first. Even somebody established in Jnana, Sthita Pragya, still he also does activities, karma. Even though he doesn't have any purpose to do, any desire to do, but still he works. Just like a Janaka Maharaj. Even myself, I don't have any duty in Triloki, even Triloka, but still I perform my duty. Because to set an example, proper example in the society, yad acharati shreshtas tat tat eva tarojana. And towards the end, Arjuna asked another question. Hey Krishna, yes, what you said is true. I want to do my duty, but something is forcing me to go away from this duty. Something is forcing me to do nonsense. Something forcing on me to do sin. What is that? Then Krishna said, hey, it is Kama Yesha, Krodha Yesha, Rajoguna, Samudbhava, Mahashano, Mahapapma, Vidyenam, Ihavairina. So lust is eternal enemy, Arjun. We should control this lust. How? We should know where this lust sits first. Senses, Indriya, Mana. Yes, Indriya, Mana, Buddhir. So we have to control our senses with niyamya. For some rules and regulations, we should control our senses. Another way to control lust, to have sharpen our intelligence. Again, Krishna says about knowledge, transcendental knowledge. That's how, without asking a question, Krishna continues in 4th chapter. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivashvate Yogam Proktavanaham Avyayam Vivashwan Manave Praha Manur Ikshwakave Bravit. Hey Arjun, I have given this transcendental knowledge so that we can conquer this lust, so that we can establish in Sthita Pragya. I have given this knowledge to Imam Vivashvate Yogan Proktavan Aham Avyayam. I have given to Vivashwan, yes, sun god Vivashwan. Then that Vivashwan gave to Manu, Swayambhuva Manu, Vivashwan Manave Praha. Then that Manu he gave to Ikshwaku Raja. In this way, Evam Parampara Praptam Imam Rajarshayo Vidu Sakale Neha Mahata Yogo Nasta Parantapa. In this way, the knowledge was coming in the Rajarshi Sampradaya, but Sakale Neha Mahata, because of time, effect of the time, it got lost. Sakale Neha Mahata Yogo Nasta Parantapa. That disciplic succession got broke, that knowledge got lost. That's why, hey Arjun, I am giving this again to you. Sa evayam maya tedya yoga prokta puratana bhakto si me sakacheti rahasyam etaduttamam. You are very, very dear to me. You are my dear devotee. You are my dear friend, Saka. That's why I am giving this knowledge again to you. Yes. You see, this is the qualification of Arjuna to understand Gita, to get the Gita, to get the knowledge of Gita. If at all we want to get some knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, we should become such candidates, such qualified candidates. Bhaktosi me sakha cheti. We should become a devotees of Krishna. Then we can understand Bhagavad Gita. Without becoming a devotee of Krishna, we cannot understand Gita. Yes? To become a devotee of Krishna, we should read Bhagavad Gita. Both are together, right? Without becoming devotee of Krishna, Bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam etad uttamam. Otherwise, we cannot understand this rahasya. And another statement that only after reading Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita, we can become a devotees, right? That's why there are devotees in between. Yes? If anyone wants to become a devotee, we cannot understand Krishna directly. We should approach devotees first. So that's why, that is the reason why Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Then Arjuna is asking this question, wait, hey Krishna, aparayam bhavato janma param janma ivashvatan. Vivashwan, the sun god is far superior to both of us. He has taken birth millions of years ago. But you are saying you taught this Bhagavad Gita to the sun god, and then Manu, and then Ikshvaku. How it is possible? Katam yetad vijaniyam tvam ado proktavan. I am not able to understand this. See, this is again Arjuna keeping his question very intelligently. What you said is true. I believe in you what you said. But how can I understand this? Yes? So that's the way how to understand, That's the way how to ask question. Then Krishna says, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Bahunemi Vetitani Janmani Tavacha Arjuna. Hey, Arjun, you and me, we have taken many lifetimes before. Bahunemi Vetitani Janmani Tavacha Arjuna. But there is a difference between you and me. You know what is that? Arjuna is thinking both of us same. Right? Relatives, friends. You have taken many births, Arjun. I have taken many births. But there is a difference. Tani aham veda sarvani natvam veda parantapa. I remember everything because Krishna is not as Arjun. He is superior. Arjun, you cannot remember. Natvam veda parantapa. You cannot remember. So this is here clear-cut difference, It is a clear-cut difference between Jiva and Bhagavan. He remembers everything. Who were we in the past life? He knows. But we don't know what we ate 1 week back, on the same time what we were eating, which sabji we are eating. Then Krishna explains the transcendental subject matter here. Very pakka, Shuddha, transcendental knowledge, Divya Gyan. These 4-5 shlokas are very much important. Ajopi sanna Vyatma. These shlokas establishes the supremacy of Krishna. That Krishna is not one of us. He is a completely supreme Lord. Ajopi sanna Vyatma bhutanam ishwaropi san. Ajo, I have never take birth like you, Arjun. I am Aja. Ja means taking birth. Aja means one who never takes birth. So Krishna appears. Avyatma. He never deteriorates. We become old. Krishna never becomes old. Ajopi san avyatma bhutanam ishwaropi san. I am the Ishvara of all the living entities, all the bhutas. Prakritim swamadhishtaya. I am the master of this prakriti, this nature. Prakritim swamadhishtaya sambhavami atmamayaya. I appear by my own sweet will. I appear my own sweet will. See? Atmamaya, my own spiritual potency I appear. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Why he appears? Why Krishna comes? Why he appears? He doesn't take like birth like us. But why he comes? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyudhanama dharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham. I come to re-establish the dharma, to annihilate adharma. Tadatmanam sujamyaham. My desire. I will come whenever I want. I will come wherever I want. Paritranaya sadhunam. After coming, what I do? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I appear. In every millennium I appear. In different species, in different ages, for different purpose I appear. The main purpose is paritranaya sadhunam. I protect sadhus. I vinashaya cha dushkritam. Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So for this purpose I appear. But people, foolish people, they don't understand. They consider me as a normal human being. But they should know, you should know, Arjun, you should know. Janma karma cha me divyam. My appearance, my activities are completely transcendental, behind our understanding. That's why what Krishna does is Leela. What we do is time pass. What Krishna does, pastimes. Evam janma karma cha me divyam. Evam yo veti tattvataha. Tyaktva deham punarjanma. Tyaktva deham punarjanma. Naiti mamiti so Arjuna. Arjun, you should know this. My birth, my activities are transcendental. If you know this, after leaving this body, you will never come back to this again. You will come back to me. Vitaraga yakrodha manmayama upashritaha. Giving up all attachments in this material world, giving up all the fears, giving up all the angry, you should surrender unto me. Manmayama upashritaha. Bahavo gnana tapasa puta madbhava magataha. With this knowledge, if you surrender to me, you will come to me. Now, you see, Bahavo Gnana Tapasa. So, the biggest tapasya in this world is not just sitting on the arrows. It is not sitting on the fire. The biggest tapasya, here Krishna is explaining the Gnana Tapasa. We should use our intelligence to understand who is Krishna, who am I, why I came here, why I am suffering, what is the how can I come out of these sufferings? We should use our intelligence. That's why Krishna says, everybody has some Shraddha, but they are not using much intelligence. They have some faith. Many people, they are going with blind faith. They are not much using their faith. So that's why Gnana Tapasa, you should understand me. Who am I? That is a really tapasya. Gnana Tapasa. Ye yatamam prapadyante tamstataiva bhajamyaham mama vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaha. In the previously also, in the connection to yada yada yadyad atarachi shrestha tattat eva tarojana, in the third chapter also Krishna said this. Everybody is following my path. I have to set a proper example to them. Here also Krishna says, everybody is following me. Ye yatamam prapadyante tamtataiva bhajamyaham mama vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaha. Some people worship Jesus, but he is a son of God. So Jesus, he has learnt his lessons from Sanatana Dharma. He is propagating his father in the, that is Krishna. So people are following, some people are following Devi Devatas, demigods, some people are following Shiva, some people following Ganeshji, some people are following Muhammad. So everybody is following according to their faith and knowledge. Whatever the awareness they have, according to their awareness, their faith, they are following it. But actually Krishna says, they are actually directly or indirectly, they are following my path only. I have sent my son. I have sent my messenger to this world. So Krishna says, Ye yatamam prapadyante. Everybody is following my path only. Some people are atheists. Some people are atheists, never believe in God. They are following some leader, right? They are following some atheistic leader. They also have some motivational personality. Some people are following science. Yes, I only give the knowledge to them. So, everyone in this world, according to their awareness and Shraddha, they are following, they are living their life. Even an atheist has to depend on Krishna, right? Without depending on Krishna, how he will get air to breathe? How he will get a food to eat? Everything is coming from the earth. Krishna says in the 7th chapter again, we will read Krishna says, Bhumi Rapona Lo, Vayu Kam Mano Buddhi Revachaha. All these energies, Panchabhutas are my energies, Krishna says. Yes. So that's how Krishna says, Ye yatamam prapadyante. Everybody is following my path. But why they are not directly following me? Krishna says, Kangshanta karma nam siddhim yajanta iha devata kshipram hi manushe lokhe siddhim bhavati karmaja. So they perform activities, they follow some path because they have some desires. So they have some desires. To fulfill their desires, they go some demigod. Just like we have health problems, we go to doctor. We have some financial problem, we go to economist. We go to some legal problems, we go to lawyer. Similarly, if somebody wants a good, beautiful wife, they go to Shiva. Somebody wants a wonderful husband, they go to Parvati, they worship Parvati. Katyayani Vrata. Today is the last day of Katyayani Vrata. So like that, somebody wants good health, they worship sun. So because Kangshanta Karma Nam Siddhi, they want some desires, fulfill their desires. That's why they worship particular Devi Devatas. But in Bhagavatam, Krishna says, Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udarati. If you have any desire, come to me. Because I am the one who is the supreme authority. I fulfill your needs through your Devi Devatas. That's how Krishna established, fulfill all their desires. Krishna established society. Chaturvarnam maya system guna karma vibhagashah tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. So everybody has to follow the system. Chaturvarnam. There are 4 ashramas, 4 varnas. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. There are Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. They have their own roles and responsibilities. They must do their activities for the pleasure of me. Daivi Varnashram Vyavastha. Not just Varnashram Vyavastha. It is Daivi Varnashram Vyavastha. Guna Karma Vibhagasa. How it is differentiated? Not by birth. Not just by birth. It is by the qualities. Guna Karma Vibhagasa. What kind of qualities he has. It is very practical even now in a business class. If you want to get a job in TCS, not that all will pass in the exams, they will get the TCS job. They have to crack the interview. They have to have a proper interview, get proper training. If they once they get quality, then they recruit. So Guna Karma Vibhagasa. Based on your level of activities, you will be promoted, you are demoted. Right? Similarly, in the Vyavastha also, Krishna established this system. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, based on their qualities. Yes. So in this way, Krishna is explaining the system to the people, to the Arjuna in general, directly towards all of us. Yes. So that we can follow the system and perform our activities having that jnana tapasa, that intelligence. Krishna says, Namam karmani limpanti, but I don't have any duty to do. Name karma phalaspraha, because I don't have any desire to do. I don't have any result oriented, that's why I don't work. Iti mam yo bijanati. Whoever knows my transcendental nature, they will also not get trapped by the karma bandhana. Evam gnatva kritam karma purvair api mumukshubi kuru karmaiva tasmatvam purvataram kritam. Previously, whoever understood me as a transcendental person, they also crossed this karma bandhana. So Krishna explains Sthita Prajna section in 2nd chapter, right? So if at all you want to become really Sthita Prajna, you should understand this jnana. I am transcendental. Krishna is transcendental. Kim karma kim akarmeti kavayopi atra mohita tatte karma pravakshami yagnatva moksha sheshubat. Many even intelligent people, they get confused. What is the karma? What should I do? What not to do? What is karma? What is akarma? What is vikarma? People get mohita. That's why I am explaining you, Arjun. Tatte karma pravakshyami yagnatva moksha sheshubat. If you know these 3 things, what to do, what not to do, karma, akarma, vikarma, then we can get released from karma bandhana. Karmano hi api bodhavyam cha vikarmana, akarmanascha bodhavyam gahana karmano gati. Just like Krishna said in the 2nd chapter, after hearing so much about soul, acharyavat pachit kachadyenam, people get confused about Atma also. They cannot really understand. Similarly, after explaining 3rd chapter, 4th chapter, knowledge, still some people, they are confused what to do, what not to do. Yes. Why? Because karma is very deep. Both of Gahana Karmano Gati. That's why Krishna says we should know. The devotees, when they are acting with the Jnana, Sthita Prajna, Janaka Maharaj, Krishna, other pure devotees, when they are acting, we should see action in inaction, inaction in action. Karmani akarmaya pashet akarmani cha karmanya sabuddhiman manushyesu sayukta krishna karma krit. So they perform their activities completely for the pleasure of Krishna. Yagnartat karmano. That's why they are doing activities externally, just like other people are doing, but actually they are doing activities for Krishna. They don't have any duty to do. Just like me, namam karmani limpanti. My devotees also, they don't have anything to do, but still they do to certain example. So Arjun, You fight because, see, I'm making it very practical. Krishna is telling Arjuna, hey Arjun, you fight because I'm telling you to fight with the knowledge about my transcendental nature. If you fight like that, you will not get bounded by karma. You will not get bounded by karma. That is the Sthita Prajna level. For generally people, they will think, oh, Arjuna is also fighting. Arjuna is also fighting. But it is not a fighting for yourself. You are fighting for me. So, that is Sthita Prajna section. Again, there are some people, they don't even bother about starting their work. Why? Because the transcendental knowledge is so wonderful, they no need to do any work. Jnanagdi dagda karmani. So that is, now Krishna is glorifying the jnana, transcendental knowledge. Jnanagni dagda karmanam tam ahu pandita buddha. If anybody knows this transcendental nature, transcendental knowledge, they don't need to do any work. Sthita Prajna. Tyaktva karma phala sangam nitya trupto nirashrayah karmani apibo pravrittopi naiva kachit karotisha. Because they don't have any spriha, they don't have any desire, I want that, they don't have any desire, that's why they don't need to work. Nirashrir yata chittatma tyaktva sarva parigraha shariram kevalam karma kurvan napnoti kilbisham. So with that transcendental knowledge, people don't need to work, but I am telling you to work. Why? With the transcendental knowledge, if you work, then my devotees, because you are my dear devotee, I am telling you, you should fight. Become instrument in my hands, you fight. Otherwise, Krishna would have finished whole Mahabharata. He doesn't need Arjun. He doesn't need anyone, in fact. He would have killed all the other myths, because that is the purpose why he came. But Arjun, you should fight. Yes, you should fight on my behalf. So, you should be like, pure devotees should be like, yadrichalabha santushto dvandva tito vimashtata vimatsara. We should not have any envious. We should not have any desire for labha, gain, profit, etc. Sama siddhau asiddhau cha kritva api na nibadhyate. You should just work because I am telling you to work. Don't think about the results, whether you will pass in the exams or doesn't fail in the exam, whether you will face a victory or lost. Never care for it. Don't think about it, because I am telling you to do it. Brahmanarpanam brahmahavir brahmagnau brahmanahutam brahmaivatena gantavyam brahma karma samadhinam. So when you are acting for my pleasure, mat karma, Krishna karma, then whatever you do in that activities, everything is transcendental. Everything is behind the karma. Brahmarpanam, brahmahavir. So when we are doing yajna for the pleasure of Yajna Purusha Vishnu, the person who is doing ahuti, person who is a yajamani, who is the owner, person who is assisting to bring some ghee here and there, people who are witnessing the yajna, everybody is actually Brahmarpanam, the part of Brahman, Brahma karma samadhina. Yes. So now from here Krishna goes on says about yogi. Daivam eva apare yagnam yogina paryupasate brahmagnau apare yagnam yajna yagne navo juhati. So in that way, we should offer all our work to Krishna. So there are some people who hear, there are different types of yajnas. Shrotadini indriyani anye. Some people, they perform yajna by hearing about Krishna. Yes, Shrotadhyani. Some people, they hear about this transcendental knowledge. And that is also yajna. Samyagnau juhvati. Some people, they control their senses by engaging their senses in the service of Krishna. That is also yajna. Shabdadin vishayan anya indriyagni juhvati. Sarvendriya karmani prana karma chapare. Some people, they go for meditation. That is also yajna. They meditate on Paramatma. Atma samyamya yogagna juhvati jnana deepena. That's how when they meditate, the transcendental knowledge comes up. Yes. There is a dravya yagya, tapo yagya, yoga yagya, tatapare, swadhyaya. They don't sit and read shastras. That is also yagya. That's how they cultivate the knowledge. Jnana yagnas. Yes. So in this way, people, they cultivate this transcendental knowledge. That is also yagya. It is called jnana yoga. Yes, jnana yoga. Apane juhvati pranam, prane panam tatapare, pranapanagati rudva, pranayama prarayana, apare niyatahara, pranam praneshu juhvati. See, yogi, he does pranayam, he meditates on the Paramatma, he controls his breath, the ingoing, outgoing air flow. So in that way also there is a sacrifice, there is also yagya. So in that process also for the pleasure of me. Yes, yanti brahma sanatanam. If somebody doesn't perform yagya like this, means doesn't perform activities for my pleasure, nayam lokosti avagnasya kutonya kuru sattama, they can never live happily, neither in this world, neither in the next. Nayam lokosti avagneha kuto anya. In other planets also they cannot be happy. Evam bahuvida yajna vitata brahmano mukhe karmajan vidditan sarvan evam gnatva vimokshase. So like this I have explained to you, Arjun, all these different types of yagyas are there, but karmajan vidditan sarvan evam gnatva vimokshase. After knowing all this, if you perform activities, you will be liberated. Yes, you will be liberated, Arjun. So that's why, so I have explained all these sacrifices, yagyas. So the best sacrifice is what I explained to you, jnana tapasa. We should cultivate this transcendental knowledge, divya gyan. For that purpose, we should approach spiritual master. Just like in the second chapter also, Krishna said this, approach Brahmana. Similarly here he is saying, tad vidhi pranipatena pari prashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. So when we approach a bona fide spiritual master, he gives this knowledge to us. So Krishna is telling Arjuna to approach spiritual master. He already approached, right? Arjuna is already with Krishna. Why he needs to approach another spiritual master, right? But he is telling all of us, through Arjuna, that to gain any knowledge about yagya, about karma, about knowledge, about jnana, we should approach spiritual master. So here there are three things carefully here. Tadvidhi pranipatena, we should approach. Pariprashnena, we should ask a question, we should serve. Sevaya. Then spiritual master, because he has seen the tattva, he knows the tattva, he knows the truth, he knows the divya gyan, he reveals it in our hearts. After knowing such knowledge, such divya gyan, yajgnatva na punarmoham, again we will never come back to moha. Because Arjuna said in the beginning, oh, I am completely getting illusioned. Dharma sammuda, sammoha, what to do, what not to do. So Krishna says, have this knowledge, whatever I am explaining, have this, understand this. Then you work. Then you will never fall down again back into the moha. Yajnatva na punarmoham evam yashyasi pandava. After gaining this knowledge, the transcendental knowledge about Krishna, transcendental knowledge about me, as Krishna is telling, performing activities for the pleasure of Krishna, on the order of Krishna, then he will never come back to moha. Evam yasyasi pandava yena bhutani asheshani drakshanti atmani drakshasi atmani ato mahi. So people, whatever the sinful activities we have done, but when we act with the spiritual knowledge, all these sinful activities will burn away. Apichet asi papebhyo sarvebhya papakrittama sarvam gnana plavaneva vrijinam santarishati. So when we have this transcendental knowledge, Jnanagdi Dagda Karmani we discussed before. It will burn all the previous reactions. Now he says it will burn all the sinful reactions. So in that way, he is glorifying the transcendental knowledge. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate tat swayam yoga samsiddha kale natatmani vindati shraddhavan labate jnanam. So to have this knowledge also, we need to have faith. Faithless people cannot get a knowledge. So Arjuna kept a faith and surrendered to Krishna. All of us have some faith, that's why we are hearing, right? So only when we keep Shraddha on Krishna, Shastras, then we can gain the knowledge. Shraddhavan labate jnanam tatpara samyate indriya. After gaining that knowledge, we can control our senses. Tatpara, when we fix in that knowledge, we can control our senses. Samyate indriya jnanam ladva param shanti. With that knowledge, we can get a peace in our life. Param shanti. Not just normal peace, relaxation from the material miseries, but it is actually transcendental peace. Param shanti. Achirenadi gacchati. But agnas, foolish people, ashraddhadanascha, they cannot gain any knowledge because of ajnana, because of ashraddha, they have uncontrolled senses. Samyasyatma vinashyati. They don't have any control over their senses and they get completely get away from their life. Nayam lokostina paro nasukam samsayatmana. So for the doubtful people, faithless people, they can never be happy in this world, in next planets, wherever they go. In that way, Krishna he says to Arjuna, Tasmat, hey Arjun, therefore, Ajnana sambhutam hritstattam jnana sina atmana chitvaitvanam chitvainam samshayam yogam attishtottishtrita bharata. So he is concluding here. Hey Arjuna, that's why jnana sina. Asina means knife, sword, not just knife, it's sword. So with this sword of knowledge, you cut all your doubts. Yes. Jnana sina atmana chittaitman samshayam yogam. Kill all your doubts with this jnana, this knowledge. Attishtottishta bharata. Now you stand. Uttishta, jagritha, praptavaryan. Just go and fight. So in that way, Krishna concludes the 4th chapter. He glorifies the knowledge, transcendental knowledge. He gives the transcendental knowledge. And he says, Arjuna, with this transcendental knowledge of knife, sword, you kill all your samshaya and then go and fight. So when we have a proper knowledge, then only we can act. Everybody in the world, ye yatamam prapadyante, Krishna said, everybody in the world, they are working based on their knowledge. So when our knowledge is transcendental, then we will also work on transcendental platform. Right? So that's what Krishna concluded in 4th chapter. Divya Gyan. Thank you all very much. Anybody has any questions, comments, devotees?